Our program for the school includes the following. It will include a mandatory computational thinking class, which will educate the students on what computational thinking is and why it will help them think that way, setting the tone for the rest of the SIIP classes. The classes it will include, but is not limited to, math, English, science, liberal arts, humanities, and business classes.
All of our classes will be integrated with one another and synchronized with computational thinking. In making the computational thinking awareness class a prerequisite into the rest of the curriculum, it ensures that the concept is grasped by the students and that they are ready for an intensive program of higher learning.
What is computational thinking, Dane?
Computational thinking. Well, life is what you make it. This is a very common phrase, but it remains the centerpiece of our theory. The human life, in all its complexity, may be broken down into algorithms similar to those found in computer programming.
And these algorithms vary depending on each person due to the fact that there are an incredible amount of variables with an immense amount of variety to them independently. However, there's a simple formula that may be used to delineate goals and their achievements.
Computational thinking may be coined as thinking like a computer. Sure, but what does this mean to us in reality? As computers are useless hardware without software, the same may be said about humans in their primitive form. Babies.
But babies are cuter, though.
This is true. And there are incredible similarities between that computers and humans hold. And it is that everything learned by humans and everything installed and in essence learned by computers have a function that contributes to the system as a whole.
For example, most computers have the capability to access the internet and therefore have access to information.
With that in mind, it is not that far of a stretch to comprehend the human capability of literacy as a program that gives us access to information.
No, what makes us superior to computers is the human aspect that grants us capabilities to use this information in ways that computers may not.
Yet,
the function of the information gathering ability remains the same.
Our program includes faculty training, which includes a 3-week, 8 hours per day, intensive class that would teach structures to integrate the computational thinking perspective into our teaching methods. We are going to be utilizing PowerPoint videos, Janet Wing's videos, and our reserve of extensive research on the field of computational thinking to carry out the tutorials.
Our program is designed so that schools can synchronize their student bodies, enabling them to masters in their art of computational thinking. The way we plan to achieve this goal is by training the faculty of community colleges and universities around the world with the fundamentals of computational thinking so that they're able to implement it in a real life into our designed curriculum plan.
Our target audience aren't limited in the colleges and universities around the world. Ultimately, it is targeted at everybody who wants to be competitive in the business world of tomorrow.
What is the human aspect that separates us from computers?
well, we have critical thinking skills that allow us to mesh our software programs together on demand in order to problem solve, where computers lack this capability to think outside the box. As we are, in essence, softwareless computers at birth, we must develop these critical thinking skills.
Programming.
In order to effectively solve problems that we are faced with. Is this brain programming not what academia does to the human brain?
You're right. To a degree it is. Humans' ability to pull from a much more developed repertoire of learned information.
Installed programs.
Right. We're ultimately receiving updates as computer operating systems do.
So if an educational institute may be described as a computer operating system installation city, then there is no wonder why the educational front is so rapidly changing. We constantly need updates in our educational system in order to keep up with the global Joneses, which is exactly what SIIP provides for the institutions and students of tomorrow.